Good morning, my subscribers. Today we will be bringing up a particular topic that has been on the edge of my mind for a little bit. Tips my hat. We will be talking about etiquette in music. Yeah, I can't keep up with this accent. So I was gonna make a couple of videos talking about different things when it comes to, proper etiquette in the music community, but I thought I'd just make one general video about a couple little things. I feel like there's a couple simple things that a lot of people sometimes don't do, or do, but maybe, not as well as they could. And I know I'm obviously not the best person to talk about when it comes to etiquette in general, but I mean, I feel like if we can bring these topics to light, it'd be nice to, at least work on it. The first thing I want to talk about is how to properly credit people when it comes to music. Now, this simple rule can be used for basically anything, whether it's crediting a video, crediting an idea, crediting, something from someone. The reason I'm going to bring up music is because a lot of the time we often see people will use music or people will use something from somebody else and will not credit them.
I'm so proud of this community.
A general rule of thumb is that if you're crediting somebody for a song, the minimum you can do is at least include in the description what the song is and a link to where you found it. A couple times I've been watching a video and there'll be a song in the video that is not included anywhere in the description as to what song it is. Sometimes I'll be lucky and there'll be somebody in the comments who already knows the song, but most of the time we're not even given that. Now, I would like to bring up that there are sometimes exceptions. A lot of the times, a lot of higher up YouTubers are licensed off music or are given a music library where you're not required to credit. If you're at that level where you're paying for music and you're paying to use somebody's music without credit, then that is a completely different field. I'm kind of assuming for the most part that people who are watching my videos aren't anywhere on that level of popularity or level of expendable money to be able to have that privilege or that sort of benefit. Now, I know it's going to be a bit of a bad example, I suppose, but at least with my own videos, I try to credit all the songs that I use and at least as many artists that are reasonably possible to include in the description of my videos. Now, the reason I say I'm not the best example is because as of recently, I was kind of doing a small experiment and not including track lists in my video so people would kind of guess what they are. The entire reason as to why I even didn't include track lists temporarily, it could be an entire video topic on its own, but that being said, I am going back to including credit lists and stuff like that. So yeah, TLDR for rule number 1 in becoming an epic sir, include credit to the artist and to whatever song you're using if you use a song in your videos. Number 2, self-promotion. Now this is another topic that I'm probably not the best person to be talking about self-promotion, not because, I'm sort of at fault for this, but because I don't really self-promote in general. I've never really been a believer of self-promotion. I've always kind of just been a kind of guy who goes with the flow and kind of just believes that, my content will make it out if people enjoy it enough, and if the almighty algorithm decides to praise me one day with, just yeeting my videos out to millions. That being said, though, I respect the grind. I respect those who, try their best and are working overtime to get their videos out there, whether they're posting it to sites like Reddit, sending it off to other people, just trying to do their best and getting themselves out there, posting to Facebook groups, posting to Discord self-promotion chats, whatever. You do you, power to you. That's not my thing. But I do feel like I have a bit of a say in what is bad self-promotion. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, I mean, there's always a time and place for everything. As I mentioned with at least Discord chat, if self-promotion is allowed, there's usually a dedicated area for self-promotion. Self-promoting outside of that dedicated area seems rather intrusive and is often not wanted. I think if you're trying to get yourself out there, one of the things you don't want to be remembered as is somebody who will always shove their content in your face. And obviously, if you're a complete nobody and the first thing I see is you self-promoting in, some undescribed place, I'm gonna think to myself, well, they don't care about getting to know me, they just want me to see their stuff. And with the internet and with how faceless people can be, I mean, it's really easy to just kind of send off your stuff and then forget about it. One thing I do want to bring up though is Twitter. I see this quite a lot with Twitter. I find Twitter to be very susceptible to this because you often see this a lot with very large artists in that whenever they make a post, and it will be, some random post, whether it's about their tour or what they had for breakfast, is that oftentimes you'll see somebody say, yo, check out my tune, can you give me feedback, this and that, whatever. Calling somebody out on a public forum, especially if it's their own forum, their own page, their own comment section, their own whatever, I think it's rather low. If you really want to be noticed by an artist specifically, the best thing you can do is at least message them privately. If you try to get them to notice you through their own like replies or comments, oftentimes you're going to be ignored, and as well people will kind of see you as, you know, needy or trying to get noticed too hard. A very professional way is to simply email them, or at least if they have their, you know, their messages open, to message them privately. Now, when is it okay to share your stuff on a public forum? If they ask for it. I'm quickly going to use Sash Revives as an example for this. His messages are open all the time, so if you want to submit to him a demo, you can do that. One of the few times I've noticed him being okay with people replying links is when he actually asks for them. Except for mine though, I don't know why he doesn't like my demo. So the TLDR for rule number 2 of being an epic sir: limit your self-promo to its designated areas, and be respectful about where you self-promo. Just gonna kind of slide this in right here. If I see somebody promoting themselves on this video, I'm gonna block you from my channel. You guys are here to watch my content. You guys aren't here to self-promote your own stuff unless I'm asking you guys to, you know, promote something of yours. If you guys want me to notice something, I have all my socials open. You can hit me up privately. But if you're gonna reply in my comment section, it's either gonna get filtered out by YouTube spam or I'm just gonna ignore it. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I only actually thought of 2 topics of etiquette. I didn't really think this far out. I probably should have maybe thought of one more topic. But you know what? I think 2 tips is a pretty... I think 2 tips of etiquette is a pretty good number, and I'm going to leave it here. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys have anything to say, comment in the section down below. Let me guys know in the comment section down below, do you guys prefer light theme or dark theme? And what should I talk about next? Anyways, I'm out. See ya!